Hey, welcome back. It's as always good to see you today. It is Saturday, and it might be early for some of you. It is early on the East Coast. It's about, well, 7:45 in the morning. It might be late for some of you overseas. I apologize. My camera looks a little crooked. We're going to try to fix that. Um, Sai, good morning, dear. I didn't know if you'd be awake. So good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you slept well. Thank you so much for being here. Um, so I have myself scheduled to stream until noon. I woke up late today, so I didn't get things done this morning. So we're going to try to get things done this afternoon. But we are going to try to catch up with all of Amberlynn's videos this morning. We're going to try because she went live on like Wednesday night and did like 3 different sessions for some reason, but was live for like an hour and a half. So we are going to try to get through it. Good morning. Hello, Black Feather. Good to see you. Good morning or evening, afternoon, whatever it may be for you. But before we hop into here real quick, so apparently Zachary Michael is taking a break from the internet in general, I guess. We'll see if he's more successful than Amberlynn at taking a break, because Amberlynn's break wasn't really a break. Apparently he's taking a break because Amberlynn brought up his relationship in the DM that she sent him. I think she reads the DM in her live from this week. We'll see. But hey, Nicole, good to see you down there in the land down under. I hope you're doing well. Get my arms of my chair adjusted. All right. So, I guess first let's look at Amberlynn's last video before her break, titled "Opening Up About Some of My BPD Symptoms and Amazon Haul Sparkles," and it's going to be a vlog. So, the video before this one, I'm sorry, it's been a very long time. Work has been insane for me. I've been working pretty much nonstop for like 2 weeks. Some projects that I had to get done for work. It wasn't because Amberlynn was on break. It was because I have shit going on outside of YouTube that I have to take care of for my jobs, because I have 2 of them. So, anyway, we do have this video from Amberlynn. I did order some breakfast this morning because I didn't really have time to fix anything. So you'll see me drinking a coffee from Jesus Chicken, otherwise known as Chick-fil-A. So, we do have... Boop, boop, boop. Let's pop over here. Where is my screen? There we go. So, in the video before this one, she talked about she got these BPD workbooks, I guess, that her therapist wanted her to get. So, I know her previous therapist, when she was in Kentucky, diagnosed her with BPD. Apparently pretty quickly. So, she's seeing this new therapist, and they wanted her to get these workbooks. So I imagine they probably just want to get a better idea of what her exact issues and symptoms are. So they wanted her to get these workbooks so that this therapist can do a better job instead of just relying on Amberlynn self-reporting what the previous therapist told her. Hey Lizzie, good morning. Hey Fiona's mom, good morning. That's why the chicken is so good. It's Jesus chicken. Yeah, no. Being a lesbian, I shouldn't be eating at Chick-fil-A, but their breakfast bowls and breakfast burritos are so damn good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the gay mafia. So, yeah, so we are going to hop into this one. Let's do a quick volume. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. If you are new here, I do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25 speed because she does speak a little too slowly for me. So, all that being said, let's do audio track 2. What? Do we have different audio track? Oh, Portuguese. Why the fuck is there Portuguese? What? What? Let me see here.
Bem-vindos a um novo vlog. Hoje é 4 de março e vamos começar com uma compra na Amazon. Antes de mais nada, comprei uma bolsa muito legal. Ela muda de cor na luz. Se o seu celular tiver flash ou principalmente na luz do sol, etc., vou postar uma foto aqui. Ela é muito legal.
Oh my god. Why is Amberlynn dubbed in Portuguese? Oh my god, why? What? 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 I've never noticed that before on any of her videos. Okay, we're gonna put it back in English because I've never noticed her videos being dubbed in a different language. That's insane. I wonder if Amberlynn knows it does that. That it has been. I don't know who does that. Is it AI that does it, or is it? Huh. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I got distracted. That was, huh. I uh all right. Anyway, volume check in English.
Hello, welcome to a new vlog. So today is March 4th and we're gonna start this vlog with an Amazon haul. So first things first, I got this.
All right, how's the volume for you? First things first, I'm the realist. I usually put that clip in. I need to, okay, one of my goals, people in my Discord, stay on my ass this weekend. I need to get my Stream Deck set up. Okay? Sometime this weekend, people in my Discord get on my ass to get shit done. Because I get distracted by little things, or I end up just taking care of things that aren't that important. But this weekend, because I'm not working this weekend, except for a couple of hours for my regular job, I gotta get shit done. So in my Discord, stay on my ass. Alright, volume good? Volume should be good. Alright. We have an Amazon haul.
Hello, welcome to a new vlog. So today is March 4th and we're gonna start this vlog with an Amazon haul.
Alright, so we are 2.5 weeks ago.
So first things first, I got this really cool purse. So in the light,
Oh my god. You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those file folders. What are they called? The accordion file folders. That's what that looks like. I mean, it's a nice design, but why do you need I know Amberlynn likes purses. It'd be like, why do I need another Funko Pop, right? We can want to drain your life.
actually changes color. So if like your phone has a flash on it, or like especially like in the sunlight, etc., I will post a picture here. It is genuinely so neat looking. So I haven't even opened it yet. I did like take all of these things out of like the Amazon packages just so it's easier. So it does come with a long strap, which I love. So this brand.
Thank you, Lizzie. Yeah, well, I've worked too many hours the last 2 weeks for my part-time job. I'm only supposed to work 30 hours a week for legal reasons. The week before I worked 35, so I carried 5 hours over into this week that's ending today. And then I ended up working like, I think 40-ish hours this week for my part-time job. So I'm carrying over like 15 to 20 hours into this next week. So I can only work like 15 hours this coming week for my part-time work so that I can catch up on, because I can't bill overtime. I can't put in more than 30 hours on my time card for legal reasons. But I had shit that I had to get done. So I don't have to work this weekend because I've already worked all of my hours. But I do have things for my regular job that I absolutely have to get done before Monday. So I'll be working a few hours for it. I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe tonight. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow.
Brand is Love.
Anyway, nobody cares. We're gonna pop back in.
With a long strap, which I love. So this brand is Love Book, and
Yes. Sigh.
I'm telling you, literally there's purses of every size, backpacks of every size, there's wallets. So now
Yeah, I need to get my little sensor finger so I can censor the boobs.
I'm just going to see how long a strap is for our bigger bodies. Because I'm sure some of you know that, like, depending on like what size you are, some purses just don't feel right. All right, let me move you.
Well, yeah, because the wider you are, the more awkward it's going to be if you wear it crossbody.
You guys down so you can see here.
Oh my god. Where's my boob shot clip? You know, she's just like right into the boobs.
And it actually fits perfectly. Obviously, I have to take off the little tags and such. You can kind of see it actually just in my kitchen light. And then the next thing
The color changing's pretty cool. I kind of like that. If I had a shoulder bag that did that, I wouldn't mind. Nicole, we care. That's right, Lizzie, go in the corner. Size putting you in the corner for distracting
I
me.
got is my favorite mascara currently, which is the Surreal by Maybelline New York, the Falsies in the Blackest Black. Oh, bless you.
Oh, tight, Amberlynn. Did she say bless you to herself? It'd be bless me, Amberlynn, bless me.
So I needed more eyeliner, and this is the one that I always use. A lot of people ask. It's the e.l.f. Eyeliner Liquid Experts in the color Jet Black. So I needed a
Is that what I bought when I bought my, the makeup that I probably bought from Halloween 2 years ago is probably all gross and dried up.
bookmark because I don't have any. So I got this one. I thought it was so cute. It says, "Fuck off, I'm reading." And it's just this.
I kind of like that. That's funny. There's some really cute bookmarks that you can order on like Etsy. There's some really cool Lord of the Rings ones.
Metal bookmark. There's a cutout heart and then a little like dingly heart on it. Last but not least, I needed a new makeup bag because I just get really
I thought, if that's another fucking purse.
bored and tired of the one that I use every single day. So this is what the inside looks like. I like this one because there's actually like sections in it.
Having the sections is nice. So that would be handy if you're traveling a lot. I mean, and I guess if you're just storing things in your bathroom and want it all in one cohesive place like that, I mean, sure, for storage, great. For travel, great. I guess if her other one wasn't meeting her needs, or if she didn't like the way it looked anymore, maybe she'll donate it. I mean, I'll do that sometimes. I'll buy something and be like, oh, a few months later, I'm like, oh, I like this better, and then I'll donate the other one or something.
And I've been really wanting one like that. So
whatever.
Super cute. I wanted the white one, but it was all sold out.
Yeah, I've seen some really cool Lord of the Ring bookmarks. I don't have time to read physical books, but
which I know is probably weird to hear me say because I wear black all the time, but the white one is also super adorable. So this is how hectic my makeup bag is right now. So I'm about to organize my new one. All right, so we have my makeup bag organized. Here we have all my like glitter stuff, eyelid, eyelash, eyebrow stuff. Besides my mascara is here. This is just like face stuff like blush, foundation, primer,
hey, Lizzie R, good morning to you.
etc. Here are all my eyeliners, and when it comes to the colorful eyeliners, I recommend NYX. NYX has the very best. Lipsticks are here, and then here we just have like a random nail polish that I have, and then my diamonds and my diamond.
Doesn't she have more nail polish than that? She had like a green, I think. My hair, yes, I have hair. I showered, so it's wet, so I don't put it up when it's wet. No, primer's so good. Whoops.
Diamond glue is down here. So now everything is more organized. You guys, it is so windy here in Oklahoma right now. Like, it's bad, and I hope it doesn't mess with my power because I have my live stream today. So fingers are crossed that everything.
It's been crazy windy, so it did not mess with her power, but it messed with her internet connection. And people, I mentioned this in the last video, people were getting so pissy. Like, oh my god, $10 for this? Oh my god, get it together. She can't control her fucking internet whenever it's windy, like 70-mile-per-hour winds. Jesus, people. It's just like, anybody else, they would have been like, it's okay, it's alright, take your time. But with Amberlynn, it's like, why can't you control the weather and the internet? It's just, jeez. Now, luckily in my neighborhood, our power lines are buried, so I only have power issues if, like, something's like with the transformer on the other side of the subdivision.
Everything goes good. I want to talk more. It's our little BPD segment of my vlogs. So on top of doing EMDR
BPD with Amberlynn Reed. We should make a little cut scene that I can click to whenever she starts talking about her BPD therapy and stuff, and the DPD when she starts doing it.
therapy for it. I also am doing workbooks that was recommended to me. And in my last vlog, I talked about the 9 criterias that are part.
And Lizzie, doesn't $10 technically get you 4 yeah. You get a whole month's worth for $9.99. 4 live streams with Amberlynn Reed can be yours. Can a smart person please explain how long her and Emily actually stayed together? It would be she and Emily. But you don't have to be smart to explain. I mean, they started dating at what, the end of July or June? End of June, like June 17th or something. And they broke up like first week of January.
Part of the BPD diagnosis and how you have to meet at least 5 of them. So within the 9, each one has its own like clusters and multitudes of symptoms and traits and characteristics. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you guys an example / symptom or a thing that I deal with within each one of those things. Because as you guys know, I suffer with all 9 out of the 9 listed in the criteria, which is very unfortunate and it's hard to handle. So for each one, I do have a multitude of symptoms, and I'm not going to sit here and name off every single one. Like, that is so much information.
And I mean, she doesn't have to. I mean, granted, we're all like really all 9 and like crazy high level on all of them. We're all going to be a little skeptical because Amberlynn tends to want to be the extreme about everything, you know? But we aren't in Amberlynn's head. We don't know what she goes through. So maybe she is really high level or whatever the level would be on all 9. I don't know. What I've always said, though, is when it comes to these sorts of things, if Amberlynn is lying about these kinds of things, she's only hurting herself. Whenever she's working with her therapist, whenever she's working with these workbooks or people where she has to self-report, if she's lying about things, the only person she's hurting is herself. If she's lying to her audience, she's hurting the relationship with the audience. But at the end of the day, she's only hurting herself because it's going to affect her therapy and her recovery. And I mean, that's it. I mean, if she wants to lie about shit, that's on her. She's only affecting herself and only hurting herself. But I'm going to take at face value that she is self-reported on all these things that she is suffering or is dealing with, all 9 of these. And maybe whenever she starts working with her therapist, they will get more into that. See, the other day when this is Lizzie, she did Truth or Drink. Someone asked when did you really break up? She drank. She did, yes. She did not answer that. She could have been trolling, exactly. Yeah, she could have just been trolling on that. There were a few things that she didn't want to answer. But yeah, she could have been trolling on that one, who knows.
And also, it's a lot of things that I'm embarrassed about. It's a lot of things
because on the Instagrams, I'll get to something on the Instagrams here in a second
that I am ashamed about. I'm not ashamed of the BPD diagnosis, but I am ashamed of some of the things that I do and have done. So number 1 is frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. So something I do with that, when I'm in a long distance relationship and I'm having an argument with my partner and they like hang up on me or they're ignoring my calls, I will literally frantically call them at least like 30 times in hopes that they will answer me. The best way I can describe it is like, it's this fire burning like urgency that I literally cannot control. Like, I get super anxious and I'm scared. I feel like they hate me. They're never going to talk to me again. So I just frantically.
It's not Dunkin', it's Chick-fil-A, Lizzie R.
Call, text. And I genuinely look insane when I do it. So number 2 is
yeah. So, but I think there's also a little bit of the control in there as well. And that the person is her or the person is ignoring her, and she doesn't like that because she's not in control. And she's also afraid that they're not going to talk to her again, that they're abandoning her, these things. So she has, yeah. We've seen this in all of her previous relationships too, where she has this like irrational fear of abandonment, which is why she doesn't like people to be away from her, but also a control aspect.
Pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. So this is something that you guys have actually noticed that I do, is I will be in a relationship with someone and I'll come on here and I'll be like, they're so perfect. I have never loved someone as much as I love this person. Like, this is the best relationship I've ever been in. That's me idolizing them. But if they do one small thing that makes me question if they love me, or makes me question their loyalty to me, or if I can trust them, or whatever it may be, instantly those feelings go away. And I think, oh my God, like, they hate me, so I really truly hate them in this moment. Everything is bad, and like all of the good just like completely vanishes. So that
she does this, I think, in all of her relationships too. She does it with reaction channels. She does it with friendships. A reaction channel says one thing she doesn't like, or she disagrees with, or takes as a personal affront or a slight, and she hates this reaction channel. They're the worst person in the world. They can just all die in a fiery crash. So I can only imagine, like, people that are in her real life, if they were to say something that she took as a slight, she would fly off the handle and, like, just be horrible, and then come back later and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I overreacted. But hopefully knowing that she does this is good, but she's not able to stop herself. She has no way to cope and deal with these things and not do it in the first place. If you're friends or in a relationship with somebody like that, it can get really old really quick, because you're going to feel like you're walking on eggshells around this person. It's like, if I'm just joking around, or if I disagree with you or say something that you don't like, what's your reaction going to be? And that's not a good place to be, and not a fun place to be when you're friends with somebody or in a relationship with somebody like that. So hopefully this DBT will help with that and teach her ways to cope and deal with these things whenever she starts to feel this, like, just like surge of like anger or emotion, or to be like, wait a minute, is what they said really that awful? Because it's going to make it very hard to maintain relationships. And we've seen Amberlynn's friendships, come and go over the years, as well as her actual relationships.
That is what people call the black and white thinking. Number 3 is identity disturbance, which is markedly and persistently unstable self-image or sense of self. So something that you guys have actually noticed is I adopt people's personalities or behaviors or the way they speak, and it's something like I genuinely cannot control. Number 4, impulsivity in at least 2 areas that are potentially self-damaging. For example, spending, sex, substance abuse, reckless driving, binge eating, etc.
Binge eating and spending.
So I actually never realized that the way that I eat and my eating issues could be due to having BPD, but it turns out it very well could be.
Trigger warning.
Number 5 is
self-harm is what's coming up here.
Reoccurrent suicidal behavior, gestures or threats, or self-mutilating behavior. So sometimes when I'm having like an actual full-fledged meltdown, I threaten suicide. I have suicidal ideation. I do want to make it very clear, I will never.
I wondered if whenever she was with Beck, if she had threatened self-harm. Beck never said that she did, as far as I can recall. And this is the first that we're hearing of this. So this was one of the things that, when she was talking about this in the previous video, where I was like, we've never heard of this, so I don't know about this one. But again, she's probably just never mentioned, she had never mentioned these things to us before. So, not good to have these kinds of thoughts and to express these things, because if you're threatening this when you're in an argument with somebody, that's another form of trying to control that person to get them to do what you want them to do, or you're threatening self-harm otherwise. Not good.
Never do something to hide. When I'm having like an actual full-fledged meltdown, I threaten suicide. I have suicidal ideation. I do want to make it very clear, I will never do something to harm myself. But in that moment, during that meltdown, more than anything else in the world, because of the pain that I feel, because when you do have BPD, like the pain that you feel is literally overbearing. But because of that pain, I genuinely do not want to be alive anymore in that moment. I have actually embarrassingly documented a moment of me having that before. It was during like 100 days of uploading. I think it was in like 2019 or 2020, a video of me expressing that I felt suicidal. I didn't say those words completely, but it was how I was feeling in the moment. You guys couldn't see that in the video, but I was hurting. I was hurting really bad. And a lot of people was calling me a liar, and in return, it was actually just making me feel worse. Like, this is hard for me to open up about, like extremely hard. And it's things that like I've always suffered with in private. I remember one of the first times that I actually expressed out loud my suicidal ideation. I was 15 years old and I actually was sent to a mental hospital. But again, I would never in a million years do anything to hurt myself. It's just in those moments, like during a meltdown, you hurt so bad that just seems like the best option. So it's a fleeting thought, and I don't want anyone to worry about me, please.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want anybody to do any self-harm whatsoever. Please don't. But I would again say that if she's in an argument with a partner or something and they're making her feel like crap, then if you're threatening self-harm in that moment when you're having an argument with that person, that would also be a form of control. Lizzie R says she can't just say I'm never going to harm myself because you can't really predict your mental health. Well, yeah, let's not put that out there though. I mean, she's saying in this moment she wouldn't do it. Let's hope she doesn't. That would be ideal, that she would never do this.
It's like, this is just another one of those symptoms that I suffer with. So number 6 is affective instability due to a marked reactivity of mood. So for example, intense episodic dysphoria, irritability, or anxiety usually lasting a few hours and only rarely more than a few days. So this is very much like my mood swings, where something so small could happen, but I feel so strongly about it. So a good example of that would be if I send a long, sweet message to my partner saying like, I love you, I've been thinking about you, I miss you, like I can't wait to talk to you again, just whatever it may be. And like all they send back in response is love you too. That triggers something inside of me so hardcore where I feel
it's like Han Solo ditto.
Uncared for, I feel unloved, I feel unappreciated, and it absolutely like sends me into this like abandonment feeling, and I spiral. It leaves me anxious and worried, and sometimes it sends me into a meltdown, and sometimes like I'm genuinely just like frantically journaling about it. Number 7 is chronic feelings of emptiness. So that's pretty explanatory. Sometimes like I feel so lonely that I genuinely feel like I'm the last person on earth.
So as I'm editing this, I'm realizing that I was way too vague with that answer. But for me, when I have chronic loneliness, which is quite frequently, it is heavy, it is painful, it sends me down major depressive episodes. Like, I can be in a room with 10 people and feel lonely. I can be in my room by myself and feel lonely.
Everybody can.
I could be hugging someone I love and feel lonely. It doesn't matter. Sometimes the loneliness, like, genuinely makes me feel like I am not loved by a single person.
Sorry, Britney Spears just popped into my head. My loneliness is killing me.
On this planet, and I am not cared for by a single person on this planet. And it sends me down like a pretty bad depressive episode for sure.
Number 8 is inappropriate intense anger or difficulty controlling anger. So
yeah, she definitely has that.
for example, frequent displays of temper, constant anger, or reoccurrent physical fights. So for me, I am not like a physically abusive person, but I have done some yelling. I'm not gonna lie about that. If I feel uncared for or like not seen or unheard, which is actually a BPD symptom, sometimes it genuinely can lead to like loud yelling with like hysterical crying. So the last one, which is number 9, which is transient stress-related paranoid ideation or severe.
I love you. I know. Yeah, that's what it was.
Crying. So the last one, which is number 9, which is transient stress-related paranoid ideation or severe dissociative symptoms. So sometimes I feel completely detached, like from myself and from my memories. So that's why sometimes I can share something from like my childhood that genuinely hurt me, and I could seem like unbothered, or I could like nervously laugh about it, while other times I can share the exact same story and cry about it. So those are just some examples of like the multitude, and I'm telling you, a multitude of things that I deal with that I didn't share. So those are just like a few that I wanted to just like give you guys a little look into, because I'm telling you, this is a lot of information for me to absorb and for me to share. I'm a bit overwhelmed and I don't want to overwhelm anyone else. And I feel better sharing this part of me because all of these issues that I've had for so long, I've been like, what is wrong with me? What is happening? Finally, there was a name to it and I was ashamed. I was ashamed. And that's why I didn't tell you guys when I was first diagnosed, because I was like, what, are you joking me? And slowly I've realized there's nothing to be ashamed about. Like, yeah, I'm ashamed of some things I've done in the past, of course, and some things that I currently do. But like, I cannot show you guys that I'm improving unless I show you guys certain things that I have done and certain things that I do, you know, a year or two down the line, be like, you guys, remember when I told you I did A, B, and C? I haven't done A, B, and C in 6 months. So I know as I do more of this workbook, there's going to be a lot more topics of like more symptoms and more things like that. So I will share more of that when we get to those chapters. And I just want to say thank you guys for listening to me and for giving me a platform to share my story of having borderline personality disorder, because so many people do struggle.
I want to say, I think Zachary Michael is also doing DPD with his therapist. I saw something somewhere where he has like a workbook as well for like the dialectic behavioral therapy.
Hello. So the
March
last time you
6th.
guys saw me, it was actually on the 4th, and today is the 6th. So after the last clip that you guys saw, I had my live stream, my members only live stream.
Yes.
And it was very emotional. I actually had to take about a 6-minute break because I was getting so anxious. Like, I was crying. I was actually about to hyperventilate. Like, I was getting the full body tremors, which is something that happens when I am overly anxious and my adrenaline is like really high. It was genuinely pretty scary, actually. It was a much needed stream, and that's why I'm pretty sure today I am going live publicly. But before I get into that, someone mentioned in my life.
So we just watched that one. It took us 4 sessions. Took us 4 sessions to watch that one. Sorry about that, which is why we're so behind, because she did that when I was out of town. And yeah, so.
Going live publicly. But before I get into that, someone mentioned in my live stream that they don't like when I put clips from the members live stream and my vlogs because it's meant for them. And so I want to listen to their wants and needs, and they're correct. It's weird to use my right hand because I'm left-handed. I don't know why.
She's a lefty.
But, so I will no longer be putting clips from my members live streams in my videos. So if you guys just
But it's your video. You can share what you want.
want to be a part of those, definitely join. From how I'm feeling today, and especially like the last couple of days, I think I'm going to start being more open for sure with just
Are you?
everything in my life.
Well,
Today is supposed to be Thursday Weight Watchers weigh-in, but I have been
okay. Yeah. Are we still doing the Weight Watchers? I don't know. All these different little fad diets. I just don't know. If she would just count calories, I think that would be a better way for her to go, a better route, instead of messing with the Weight Watcher points and all that.
so separated.
But just, you know, take my opinion for what it is. Just my opinion. Because I don't know shit. Obviously, look how fat I am.
Detached from just life, that I actually have not even been tracking on Weight Watchers. I know I should be, but I just haven't been. Doesn't mean I'm giving up or anything like that, so don't worry. I don't know, I've just been...
I'm not worried about your Weight Watchers. I'm just worried about your health in general.
really out of it, actually. Sorry, the lighting in here is actually pretty dark because just last night, my light bulb went out, and...
Oh, that reminds me. I need to buy some light bulbs. One of the light bulbs in my kitchen... Thank you, Amberlynn. One of the light bulbs in my kitchen is burning out. I need to see if I have any spares. If I need to go buy some.
I already contacted maintenance because when these lights go out, they don't want you to change them. They want you to contact them so they can do it for you, which is pretty cool, I would say. So anyway...
My apartment was the same way.
Yes, I am going live.
Because they were the longer, halogen, I think, bulbs.
Live publicly tonight, and I am extremely nervous about it because I know it's gonna be so many people at one time, like, coming at me. Not saying like everyone is gonna be coming at me in a negative way.
It wasn't too bad.
Whether it's negative, positive, whatever it may be, it's just gonna be a lot at once. and I am nervous for that, but I think I'm gonna be able to handle it. I just really want to talk about things that I've never allowed myself to talk about. And that's what I mean when I say, like, I'm breaking.
Did she though? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, God, it was such a long video, and it took me so long to get through it. She only really covered a few things when it came to Beck and what Beck had talked about, and then the rest of it she was just watching the chat. She did show some screenshots, and she did show some things, and she tried to give her side. And I mean, which showing screenshots and things is more than other people have done. So,
In my silence, will I regret this? I don't know.
Probably.
Do I need to do it for my own peace of mind? Yes.
next day, all right, 7th.
Hello. So today is March 7th. I did not
Got the outhouse shirt.
vlog anything else yesterday because I did a 3-hour live stream. It was a 3-hour live stream that was pretty intense, but I don't really want to talk about it in my vlog right now. I kind of just want to like have a good day. My mom called me last night and she was like, do you want to go to bingo? So I'm gonna go to bingo with her, and obviously
I don't know why she's doing this side braid lately with this like string hanging down on this side. I don't understand the hairstyle choice in these videos.
her fiance and also a friend of hers, so I'm excited for that. So if anyone's curious, the perfume that I'm wearing today, which I like have no
I wasn't, but another 13. She has so many perfumes.
more. I want to buy a full size of this because honestly I love it so much. It's called Another 13. I literally love it, but I'm going to be getting rid of this perfume right here. This is actually a Shakira perfume and I genuinely dislike it so much. And I low-key
So we can, I mean, oh, the new Billie Eilish one.
am not really a fan of Your Turn by Billie Eilish. I'm also not a fan of Eilish 3, but I am going to keep these just because I like how they look. I think they're cute. But this, the bottle's ugly, the smell's ugly. I think I'm done buying perfume without smelling it first.
Probably because they're probably also expensive. Did you not win? Aw.
All right, you guys, so I have been back from the good old bingo for a few hours now. I did not win. My stepdad did. I'm telling you, he has like the most luck at bingo. But that clip you guys just saw of me throwing away a bingo sheet was all of us trying to win $1,000. And we didn't, but someone else did. And I always believe that like when someone else wins, like especially like a really big chunk of money like that, then they are the ones. They are the chosen ones. Like the universe is like, they need this. They deserve this.
Camera died in the middle of your sentence. I hate when that happens.
All right, you guys, so I haven't given you an update in a few days on my build. I am on step 285 out
Holy
of
shit.
584.
Oh my god.
And this is how it is looking so far. It is
Wow.
massive. I was not expecting it to be so huge.
That is huge.
But yeah, it's like
I can't wait to start on my Rivendell and on my Dungeons and Dragons build. Hopefully I'll be able to do those soon.
literally gigantic. So I
Hey DV, good morning.
have 2 chairs in here and we're doing
Seats?
some outside exterior. All right, you guys, so I just edited this video, saw that I did not have an outro, so I'm here to say goodbye. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one.
Do you ever have an outro? Does she? I don't know.
Hello.
Alright, shh. Alright, so that was her last video before she went on break. But her break, in my opinion, was not really a break. I mean, she did her members live, but she's been doing Instagram Q&As. I think she did 4 different days of them. I thought it was only 3, but I think it was 4. So it's like it's like, what kind of a break was that? And then she went live this past week. Like Wednesday night, I think it was. Whenever she says she's going on a break, she doesn't really go on a break. But let us take a look at her Instagram Q&As. You have a math test and then a laparoscopy. Ooh, that doesn't sound fun, Lizzie R. That doesn't sound fun at all. But let us take a look at Amberlynn's Instagram Q&As while she was on break. You're going to be seeing my my screenshots. Now, I may have missed some because I don't check my Instagram every single day. But these are the ones that I was able to catch. So, this first question. So, this was from. What day did I. Let's see. Let me see what day I got these. Uh, these are from Sunday. Um, that doesn't help. I don't know what date that. I don't know. Last Sunday, maybe. A break from what? We don't know, Lizzie R. So somebody asked, "You ever regret what you do in the past?" And Amberlynn says, "Yes, I've done things I regret." "You're the only YouTuber that I watch," Amberlynn says. "Thank you so much for the support." Uh, I think I missed one, or these might not be in order. Somebody had said that they used a quote from her, and their senior quote, and they said it was, "I hope that my hate will lower and my love will higher." I thought it was cute. And Amberlynn says, "Ha ha, OMG, that quote is kind of cute, huh?" When will Fingerlyn be back? Amberlynn says, "I haven't heard from her in a long, long time." And then a crying, like a single tear emoji. um, Somebody says, "LOL. Most of these questions, are you typing it to yourself? Typical Amber behavior." And then Amberlynn did a screen cap showing people sending her questions to prove that she's not asking herself questions. "Why do you excuse symptoms of NPD as your BOD?" I think they mean BPD. "I thought two things can be true at once." And Amberlynn says, "Maybe I am a narcissist. Who knows? Two professionals have told me I'm not, but they could be wrong." Narcissists typically don't question that if they're narcissists, they'll be like, "I'm not." Um, I don't know if you can be diagnosed with NPD and BPD. I don't know if you can be diagnosed with both at the same time. But there is overlap between the two disorders. There's like 3 or 4 different symptoms that overlap between them. Same thing with bipolar disorder. There's overlaps between. I think these are all called like cluster B disorders. I want to say I think that's what I've read and heard. Lizzie, that's an interesting pick for it. It is an interesting pick for a senior quote. This person says, "You don't get enough credit for your resiliency. You haven't stopped trying, and that's admirable." And Amberlynn says, "Thank you. That really means a lot to me." Hearts. Did I skip one? No. This person says, "I have BPD and it breaks my heart that people attack you. Normal people have no idea the pain." And Amberlynn says, "The pain is unbearable." And this person says, so this was about the salty crab giving Amberlynn the nickname of Raglan Bleed. This person says, "Obviously the bleed was about you free bleeding. Salty didn't mention your concur." It's supposed to be cancer. And Amberlynn says, "I was bleeding because I had cancer and I had to, quote, free bleed because I was bleeding so much that a pad wasn't even good enough because of the cancer. That makes it even worse. So nice try. Salty crab is disgusting." I mentioned this, I think Thursday when I streamed. Even if it wasn't because of cancer, making fun of like a bodily function, a woman's menstrual cycle, if it's very heavy, that's not cool. Not a good thing to do. It's just it's something you can't control. And it makes it even worse that Amberlynn had cancer, and that's why she was bleeding so much. Um, so it's kind of gross, really, of Salty Crab to do. Not it's not even a good nickname. I mean, but it's in very poor taste, very very poor taste. And I don't know if Salty Crab has walked it back, like, hey, you're right, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I don't know. But this person says, I've been watching you since the Destiny era. They could never make me hate you. And Amberlynn says, damn, that's a long time. Thank you. And then, like, the wide eye kind of cheery emojis. What specifically do you feel represents you as BPD but not NPD? Amberlynn says, here's a good example. And she shows a little graphic. Differences between BPD and narcissism. So the first one is worthlessness versus superiority, need for attention versus admiration, self-destructiveness versus relative stability of self-image, and the other one is reliance on others versus relationships for personal gain. So I'm guessing the first ones listed are BPD and the ones below it are NPD. Or the second ones are NPD. Oh, thank you, Lizzie R. I appreciate that I'm one of the 3 that you watch. I feel you, Lizzie R. I try that too. How about we address the narcissistic meltdown? And Amberlynn says, have you never heard of a BPD meltdown? It was that, caught on camera, in front of thousands. Yeah, she was going a little off the rails there. And it was pretty obvious it was a BPD issue. And frustration and anger and all those things. Have you ever considered just going clean slate? Admit to everything, true or not, apologize, start over. Amberlynn says, admit to things that aren't true? Well, what would be the point in that? I have to kind of agree with her on that. What's the point of being like, yeah, fine, it's all fucking true, whenever there may be things that aren't true? She has tried, and I mentioned this a couple of times, she's tried to take accountability, but she hasn't gone about it in a very good way. There's something blocking her from being able to truly just say, yes, I did this, this was correct, Becca's right about this, this is true, this is true, this is true. Instead of, yeah, I did this to Beck, and I'm sorry for that, but Beck also did this. That's making excuses. That's justifying your behavior. That isn't truly being accountable and saying you're sorry. If you're trying to justify your behavior because of somebody else's behavior, right? Lizzie says, even if she apologized for everything, people would still find fault with something. Yeah, they wouldn't. What they would do, Lizzie, in my opinion, if she did that, would be like, okay, so you lied about not doing some of these things. Because, oh my god, because now you're admitting and you're apologizing for all of these things. People would see it as her just being like, oh, okay, so you lied about not doing. So like I've said before, a lot of times Amberlynn is kind of in a damned if she does, damned if she doesn't situation for a lot of things. And I was really hoping she would take a much longer break, not do Instagrams, not do anything on YouTube, not do anything, and just take a break and spam calls, just take a break truly for herself and work on herself. But I know this is her income, but can you prove your BPD diagnosis? Amberlynn says, you aren't asking for that in good faith. I'm tired of goalposts constantly being moved. When I showed my proof of cancer while bawling my eyes out, people said I faked it. Never will I ever put myself in that position again. Here's where I said that I think she was watching my video, because I had mentioned people people moved the goalpost when it came to doing therapy. It was like, okay, yeah, she's in therapy, great, but why can't she do in-person therapy? And it's like, oh, okay, she's in therapy, so now why are we moving it to, oh, well, now it has to be in-person therapy? That's what moving the goalpost is you meet a goal, but then it's like, oh, no, that's not really what we want you to do. We want you to do a little bit more, a little bit more. Um, so as far as proving her BPD diagnosis, I don't know if there's anything on paper, but people are either going to believe her or not believe her. People like to gatekeep mental health diagnoses. Um, I will take it at her word that she was diagnosed with BPD because she does exhibit so many behaviors that are in line with the behaviors and disorder. So I am not a mental health professional. Who am I to question her diagnosis, right? I mean, even if I had BPD, I don't. Um, but even if I did, I wouldn't try to judge somebody else's disorder based on my own, because not everybody is the same. Have you overcome your cancer? She says, yes, I'm in remission. It'll be 5 years in a few months, and that's fabulous. I am glad they were able to catch it early-ish, and that a hysterectomy was able to do that. Lizzie says, I don't know about other places, but at least in California, it's really hard to get an in-person visit for therapy. I was trying to go in person, and the place I chose only does online visits now. It is, and with doing online, whether you find a therapist that's just a solo practitioner that does online visits, or if you're going through some other form, it opens you up to a wider range of therapists as well that you could possibly work with across your entire state instead of just in your immediate area, especially if you live in a more rural area. You don't have to drive 30 minutes or an hour to get to that therapy session and then sit in a waiting room and be in a place where you're not comfortable. You can be in your home comfortable, and that might allow you to be a little more open with your therapist. Now, there may be some things that work better in person. If you're doing like a group session or a group therapy, being able to be in person could possibly be better. But I mean, just even getting an appointment with anybody is hard, whether it's medical doctors or mental health professionals. It's hard. Why do you buy cheap perfume? Is it to figure out what kind of scent you prefer? Amberlynn says, I wouldn't say $110 is cheap, but I guess everyone's idea of cheap is different. I grew up with nothing at all. Yeah, $110 for perfume is not cheap in my opinion either, Amberlynn. This one says, girl, you absolutely know that Salty Crab wasn't making fun of your cancer calling you Raglan. And Amberlynn says, bleed is referring to what exactly? Raglan bleed? Are you forgetting that part? Probably. Most haters are delusional. Do you miss Tommy? I do. ... All Beck says is take accountability, but you have multiple times. Amberlynn says, thank you, someone who is actually listening. So like I've just said, she has said, yes, I did this is good, but then she follows that up with, but Beck did this. That's where people are having issues. Um, Lizzie, my body spray is like 20, so hers is not cheap. I agree. I have Bath and Body Works body spray. It's like, 15, 20 bucks. Let's see. You really need to stop bringing up things you heard from other people and using it to spread rumors. And Amberlynn says the Raglan bleed isn't a rumor, but that's funny coming from a community of people who believe every single rumor about me. It's kind of one of the funny things. Before the Reddits got taken down, people would post just, I mean, we saw the random things people would make up and put on Reddit, like about Tommy and all these things, and uh, people would just believe it, like, yeah, I believe this, just because it was something negative about Amberlynn or somebody in her life. But the minute anybody says anything positive, oh, that's not true, or anything about anybody else in the community, whether it's a reaction channel or something, people are like, you can't do that. Why are you making up? But people do that shit to Amberlynn all the time. Um, see, Nakana says, I wonder if Amberlynn has ever done group therapy. I think it would be good for her. Therapy can sometimes have one a bit wrapped up in oneself. Yeah, I don't think she has. I don't think she's ever done a group therapy session, as far as I'm aware. Okay, so these were video answers, and I don't recall everything she said on these, but I did screen caps anyway just to get the questions. So somebody asked, "Are you talking to anyone right now?" And I obviously missed the first one, um, or that may have been just asking for questions. And she said no, she was not. Are you upset and or confused? Tommy is talking about you on her post or her post comments. And I don't remember which one of the questions about Tommy, but Amberlynn said, that's not what she said 3 days ago. Girl, what? So you're still talking to Tommy and Tommy is still telling things to you that are all sweet? Um, Somebody asked, what's your weight? I don't recall what she answered. Do you like Chapel Rowan? I think she said yes. Girl, are you going to dish out any tea on Tommy now? I don't recall what she said. How are you feeling? I hope you're okay. I think she said she was okay. This person said, this is actually fucking sad the way people are making you feel. So unfair. I don't recall what her answer was. This person says, you are undoubtedly one of the strongest people on this earth. Don't forget it. I think she said, I don't feel very strong, was her response to this one. I will say, Amberlynn gets a lot of shit. She gets a lot of shit from people and keeps on trucking. I mean, people say the worst things about her. And, you know, so good for her for being able, I mean, she doesn't ignore it, and I wish she would. But good for her for being able to put up with that shit. You have to have a pretty thick skin. How has all the friendship and relationship betrayal affected you, really? I feel so bad for you. I don't recall Amberlynn's answer on that, but yeah, she said in videos that she's not going to be able to trust people anymore. She doesn't trust anybody, which is sad, but I get it. I totally get it. I mean, it's shitty. How don't you go insane over all the hate you get? Is this a kind of superpower? I don't recall her answer. Why did you change therapist? Because they clocked you as NPD. She didn't change therapist, from what I recall. She moved. Are the member live streams still going to happen despite your YouTube break? Yes. No questions. You're gorgeous and hot AF. That's all. Hey, let's boost that self-esteem for Amber. Are you high or drunk? She said neither. Alright, and that is the end of that folder. So then we have day 2. Yeah, she did lots of IG. See, Nakana says, they were still together in my opinion after a brief second breakup. Amberlynn got over the more recent breakup way too quickly after her initial upset. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't give a shit if they were together or not until just recently. I can understand why they would want to hide it, but some of the things that Emily was saying on her Instagram after like the January 6th or whatever breakup, whatever day they broke up originally, some of the things she was saying on her Instagram weren't very positive. This person says, not a question at all, but you are so genuinely so fucking pretty. Amberlynn says, thank you. Are you heartbroken? Amberlynn says, yes. Why did you blog Zachary Michael again? Amberlynn says, he is obsessed with me. I don't think, I don't think Zachary Michael is obsessed with her. I think there are some people that do seem to be a little obsessed with her, that live and breathe Amberlynn content in Girl World. But I don't think Zachary Michael is one of those, because he does a lot of other things in content too. Let's see. Oh, and it kind of says, and pretending to still be broken up might have been part of Emily's conditions for keeping up a relationship with her. Yeah, it could have been. I think Emily was just done after the harassment from the community. Lizzie, it's weird to me that she shares the ones calling her pretty. Like, why? It could just be so that they know that she got their question or message and she's just responding to them. So they don't think that she's ignoring them or only answering things that are hateful or mean questions. So it could just be a acknowledgement, or she could just pick randomly. I don't know. Would you consider yourself a hopeless romantic? Amberlynn says, I am, yes. What's your fave Billy perfume? Mine is Eilish One. Amberlynn says, same. What do you think of Beck saying they're collabing with Destiny? I'm so sorry, girl. Amberlynn says, literally don't care. They're so money hungry, can't get views unless they talk about me. Sad, really. I feel like she's channeling Donald Trump there. Sad. Yeah, I think they're doing it for the money, to be honest. We already heard from Destiny. I really don't care what else Destiny has to say, to be honest. I don't care about Amberlynn's hygiene from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I don't care. It's not my business. That's somebody's personal issues and whatever. I don't care for how they're for how they're all going about things. I think it's just not necessary. Oh my god, what a week you're having, Amberlynn says. More like, what a year. That is true. It's been a year. What would it take to make you trust someone again? Amberlynn says, absolutely nothing. I think it would take her getting off the internet. And stopping YouTube. Let's go crash out, Lynn! And Amberlynn says, yay, we love mental health shaming over here. Somebody says, crashing out? Spiraling? No. A human having a human reaction to thousands of attacks online. Amberlynn says, this. What is your favorite old Vine? Amberlynn says, I'm washing me and my clothes. I never had Vine. I don't know what that is. What does Mama Lynn think of everything that has happened to you over the past few weeks? Amberlynn said, she's sad and trying to get me out of the house to focus on things that make me happy. That's good. I'm glad that she has some family there with her and a few friends. She has a few friends there too to help her. Dude, please stop recording your crash outs. I mean this in an empathetic way. Amberlynn says, no, you don't. How do you stay resilient while so many tumultuous things are happening at once? Amberlynn says, just going through the motions, I guess. Going to Cheesecake Factory tomorrow. What should I get? Amberlynn says, Korean chicken. I didn't know they had a Korean chicken dish there. Do you think Alexis wants revenge, or do you think she just wants clout? Amberlynn says, both, but mostly revenge. I think she just wants money. And clout. Yeah. Let's see. Joking over someone's cancer symptoms is vile. I'm so sorry. Stay strong. And Amberlynn says, and I love how Zachary Michael completely glossed over that in his new video by saying, Salty Crab did what she could. He is so lame. What? I don't know what that's referring to. I haven't seen Zachary Michaels. So is she watching Zachary Michael again, or is she just relying on what people are reporting to her? Because people don't report things accurately. Would you go back to making mukbang videos? Amberlynn says no. Survey says, do people not realize how fucked it is to make fun of a BPD meltdown? Amberlynn says, they don't care, but if I did it, I'd be the devil. Well, stop using the devil horn filter. Have you tried to reach out to Salty Crab over the Raglan situation? Amberlynn says, yes, but she's just as ableist as the rest of them. Shows how insecure she is. Can't even show her face. Not everybody wants to have their face on camera. Just because of the way the community is, probably. Didn't Ankle not show his face for a while? Hey, DV. Nikana says she should be smart and save up heaps of money so she can actually take a proper break. Although I think it's not just money, but attention she can't resist with YouTube, even if it's toxic. Yeah. Could be both of those things. I would like to see her take a longer break. I really would. ZM's ex-friends started a GoFundMe to help them leave him. But he's perfect, right? And Amberlynn says, oof, he wanted out of there fast, huh? I get it. Breakups are rough. So from what I understand of that situation, so Noel did post on Instagram a picture of like his feet dangling over a pool or something, saying that he was in a rough place earlier, like last year, and his friends pulled together a GoFundMe and helped him get out of that situation and get set up again. And I think it was during the breakup. There have been a few shady things around that situation. But, I mean, again, I don't know what, he's talked about things on his Twitch stream about the breakup. So he's put his breakup out there. I have 666 followers. Oh, I've lost some subscribers in the last 2 weeks. I did have 672. How sad. Oh, my screen says 667. Did I lose somebody during the stream? Alright. Yeah. What I'll say about the Zach thing is, with him having to take a break for his mental health because of Amberlynn bringing up their breakup, his breakup in a DM. I don't know what Amberlynn said in that DM. He made it sound like it was something just horrible and egregious and just awful. Don't dish it out if you can't take it, dude. I mean, how many times has he brought up Amberlynn's relationships and said things about, like, it's been 3 weeks, it's been 2 weeks, why are you still crying? And it's just, Amberlynn messages him something and it sends him off the rails. I don't know. Again, I don't know what she said in her DM to him. I think we'll get to that. I think in her live. But yeah. Hey Mars. Maybe Amber unsubscribed. I don't know if Amber is subscribed to me. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if Zach doesn't want people talking about his breakup, then he shouldn't have brought it to the internet, right? That's what people say to Amberlynn. If you don't want people to talk about your ex or dox your ex, don't show them. Which is unfair for everyone, in my opinion. I think people should leave those alone for Zach, for Amber, for everybody. But people can't get upset at Amberlynn for doing the exact same thing that other people are doing just because it's Amberlynn. Does that make sense? It's like these people are untouchable, but we can spread and say and do whatever we want when it comes to Amberlynn. It's not fair. This person says, seems like you're the one obsessed with ZM. And Amberlynn comes back and says, honey, do I have a YouTube channel that is strictly about him? I think not. To be fair, Zach has other things on his YouTube channel. If you don't like ZM, why on earth would you DM him? Amberlynn says, if Zachary Michael doesn't like me, why on earth would he base his whole income off of me? That's the question we should all be asking. I mean, you could be asking that about all reaction channels that don't like Amberlynn, that make their income from YouTube. I just want to say, I think it is great you're sharing your BPD journey. You were very brave for that. Amberlynn says, thank you. I really appreciate that, truly. You've been so strong through it all. Don't back down. You deserve a voice. Love you. And she says, hell yeah, I do. Thank you. She's always had a voice. Amberlynn has always had a voice. She's had this channel for years. She can say whatever the fuck she wants. Nobody is silencing her. She chooses to not say things, which I would say is admirable. Not stooping to certain people's levels and trying to spread personal details about things. I think that's good of Amberlynn to be taking the high road on that. But nobody is silencing her. She has a YouTube channel. She can say whatever the fuck she wants. Literally, how do people even think the obsession is mutual? Every single video is about you. Amberlynn says, exactly. I wouldn't think even 1 second about him if it wasn't for the fact that the only reason why he makes any money is because of his obsession with me. Lamau. I mean, reaction channels. We make videos about people we react to. I would like to branch out, but I don't have time. Until my second job ends. My friend thinks you're cute, but is too nervous to DM you. Amberlynn says, freshly single and staying there. I'm sorry. Freshly single? Girl, you've been single since the beginning of January. We're into... This was like mid-ish March. How fresh is fresh? Why do people think you're not a manipulator when manipulation is a common symptom of BPD? Amberlynn says, no, it's not. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. Why are you attempting to shitstir? I guess you're bored. ZM is clearly 1 step ahead of you. Amberlynn says, he is 2 steps behind me. He needs my videos or DMs or drama to upload anything. And then laughing, crying emoji. He does video game stuff and things. He reacts to other people. To fake breakups. Yikes. I don't know. No question, just sending good vibes, blah blah. What's your opinion of DL, quote, straight girls that mess with gay girls? Amberlynn says, sexuality is fluid, so no opinion really. Alright. How could you cope with all the hate? I couldn't survive it. You're so strong. Amberlynn says, I never know how to answer this question because I truly don't know. I really don't, but thank you so much. Why are you saying Salty Crab is ableist over the Raglan? Can you explain why do you think that? I wouldn't say it's ableist. That's a very specific term. Amberlynn says, I bled due to my cancer and used a rag because I couldn't use a pad because I was bleeding so much. If the rag thing is about the recent rumor, that's also ableist as fuck. No matter which way you slice or dice it, you are making fun of someone's health, body, mobility issues. So if the Raglan thing is about the sink corner rumor that Beck said, now Amberlynn said it's a rumor, Becca's saying it's true. If it's about that, that is making fun of somebody not being able to reach their ass to wipe themselves, which isn't very nice. So one or the other. Either way, not a great look. seriously, manipulation is incredibly common amongst people with BPD. Amberlynn says, do some deep, deep research, because Amberlynn is well known for her ability to research. Do you prefer chilling at home on weekends, or do you like to go out and do things? Amberlynn says, I like going out and doing things. You blocked ZM, but he still sees your Insta. He doesn't pay, or your membership still sees lives. Amberlynn says, exactly. It's weird energy. Just leave me alone and stop talking about me, you know? I mean, he has his dog's Instagram accounts. Maybe he sees Amber's Insta through there, but Amberlynn unblocked everybody. I thought, I don't know. As far as seeing her lives, I don't know. This one says, I've done plenty of research about BPD. I have it. So did my mom. Take your own advice. Amberlynn says, I literally am seeing a therapist who specializes in BPD. Like, what? You've had 2 sessions. Calm down. You're not an expert. The fact that your name alone provides people with a stream of income is so iconic of you. Amberlynn says, ha ha ha, why thank you. It has a little queen emoji. Have you heard or seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Yes, I've gone to a live showing. GoFundMe was for an artist. Easy mistake. It's okay. Just thought I'd let you know. No, those are two different GoFundMes. Noel did a GoFundMe for people to pass on the goodwill and to pass on the positivity and help to an artist in Chicago. Those are 2 separate GoFundMes. So there was a GoFundMe that I believe Noel's friends set up for him, or at least did donations or something for him to get back on his feet after breaking up with Zach. So those are two separate GoFundMes. I love you so much. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're important. You are worth it. And Amberlynn says, so are you. Hearts. This person says, Amber, go to bed. And Amberlynn says, it seems we are all working night shift. Yeah, she's up in the middle of the night doing this shit. I don't know. You can see up here at the top, there's so many fucking questions she's answered. Pisses me off. People are missing that NPD and BPD are both cluster B disorders. Look similar from afar. Amberlynn says, yes. Look similar from afar. Listen, I've said multiple times, who knows if I'm narcissistic. I have tendencies, as do a lot of people, but multiple professionals have told me I am not a narcissist. I will be talking to my therapist about it soon because it's been bothering me. If I am one, I want to fix that. I don't want to be like this. That's why I'm so excited for DPT therapy. Therapy is already in DBT, just like ATM machine. You don't need to say machine. ATM includes machine. How are you able to keep calm during all the drama? Well, if you saw that live stream, she's not. Amberlynn says, I'm not that calm. Probably calmer than the average, but I don't know. Maybe because my life has always been chaos. It's the only thing I knew as a child. How come you're blocking people who ask a question that doesn't paint you in a good light? She says, I block anyone who radiates negativity. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle! Girl World have normalized playing, quote, armchair psychologist with you, and it's really weird. Amberlynn says, it's so weird, beyond weird. They'll discredit a whole professional psychologist diagnosing me with BPD just to tell me I'm actually narcissistic. It's wild. Girl World is full of armchair psychologists. It really is. And we aren't psychologists. We aren't therapists. We don't talk to Amberlynn personally. So, like I've said before, if she's lying to a therapist or a professional, the only person she's hurting herself. Doesn't affect me one way or another. I just sit here and make videos. So, I mean, it's only hurting her if she is lying about things. But too many things that aren't okay have become normalized in the community, like making up shit, doxing people, spreading information. There's too many things that have become normalized that are kind of, I can't say the word, but abusive to people, and it's not okay. This person says, I'm old. I was a psychologist for 17 years. Narcissists won't even question if they are one. And Amberlynn says, this confuses me even more. Would you ever get piercings again? I miss your snake bites. Amberlynn says, I miss them too, but they hurt, blah blah. Girl, you've been gaslighted by haters to question your own sanity. You don't have MPD. Amberlynn says, I question my sanity constantly, especially as of lately. Damn, years ago they got me questioning my own cancer diagnosis. Yeah, people, yeah, that's people are fucked up sometimes. Are journalists obsessed with celebrities? Amberlynn says, does one journalist have a whole magazine on just one celebrity? Does one journalist write about every single tiny thing that one celebrity does? I didn't think so. Checkmate. Sorry, but follow-up question. Is there any piercing blah blah blah? Should get her septum done. The way Snowflake talks about your CSA is so vile, I can't believe anyone stands behind him. I'm so sorry. Amberlynn says, I'll leave this here. What would be your go-to karaoke song? And it's Billie Eilish songs. Some reaction channels hide their face because they care about their digital footprint, unlike you. Amberlynn says, listen to what you just said. So some people maybe just don't want to show their face when they're a reaction channel in girl world because they know how the community is. They don't want people tracking them down. They don't want people to know who they are. Totally get that. My first few videos, I didn't have my face on camera. And then maybe 10 or so videos in, I started showing my face on camera. I have videos back to 2021. I've been making these videos for a while. They have like 5 views when I was sitting down in my dining room. But some people just, either because they have jobs outside of YouTube that they don't want people to be contacting their jobs or affecting them in their outside of YouTube. And so they just don't show their face. Some people just don't want a digital footprint really at all. I have a professor from college that doesn't post anything online. He has like nothing out there. I don't think it's right for people to bully you and also don't agree with your every action. Is that okay? Amberlynn says, absolutely. I don't agree with all my actions either. I guess that's just being human. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to take a all or nothing approach to things and to people. It's just hard to do. Oh, so there was a news alert pop up. Do you like energy drinks? Amberlynn says, no, I don't. NPD Queen. And Amberlynn says, maybe, but we really should stop all the mental health shaming. It's kind of gross. Screw reactors. They don't call out other reactors. They have no integrity. 1 out of 2. Amberlynn says this. I think I've called out a few reactors. I've called out the Narc Alert, Snowflake, Jordy, Zachary occasionally. You'd get dragged to hell and back if you did what Crab did. They have no morals. Amberlynn says, yup, 100%. I just think it's gross and insensitive. I have BPD2, and I get it. Growth in BPD is not linear, but don't diminish your growth. Amberlynn says, thank you. Sparkles! We haven't seen any growth yet, because she hasn't been working on anything yet. Even if Jesus came and said you were right, they would say you manipulated him. Amberlynn says, damn! Well, that would be if Jesus were a real person. You do know that having a period is also called being on the rag, right? Amberlynn says, it wasn't a period. I had cancer. And even if it were a period, like I said, that's not cool. That's also very insensitive. I think constant invalidation of my sanity and experiences would drive me crazy. Amberlynn says, sometimes I do feel insane, so no wonder I become unhinged a bit. Lamau. Um, yeah, but you are in control of how you react to things. I know that with the BPD, it makes it harder for Amberlynn to control how she reacts, but that's why she needs the therapy. Oh, that's the last one? All right. Now we have to. I'm sorry. We're just going through her Instagram, and I'm sorry there's so many. Will you post weight loss vids again? She says yes. I love you, Amberlynn. And she says, love you and thank you, everyone, for the support lately. When will you be back on YouTube? Miss your vids. So this was just uploaded yesterday, I think. These here were from yesterday. She says, I'm posting on the 24th, so that's 2 days from now. That's Monday. I'll also be revealing what the future of my channel will look like. It's going to look the same as it always has, probably. Not a question. I'm so proud of you. BPD is a valid excuse for certain situations. As a mental health professional, you're valid. Amberlynn says, thank you. Even when valid, I'm learning to take accountability. I don't think it's an excuse. It's a reason, but not an excuse. Because if it's an excuse, then you're saying that behavior is okay. Mars, what weight loss, though? Yeah, for real. But, you know, hey, maybe she's been getting back on track after all these issues with all this bullshit. Maybe she's getting back on track and doing better for herself. Don't know. What did you eat today? Amberlynn says, rice, beans, quesadilla, corn on the cob, and chicken. How are you ever going to recover from the betrayal of your trust? It's insane. She says, never. I will not trust another person again. This is victim mentality. I know it's going to be hard for her to trust again, but she will. She'll get back out there. Will you continue to advocate for your mental illness even through the BPD shaming? She says, I'm going to do the best I can. Are you going to unblock Jordy on Insta? Amberlynn says, no, I've completely erased him from my life. I haven't watched him in months, and I don't need his Instagram following me. I'm good. How long until she goes back and watches Jordy again? How long? Don't you think building Legos would be better than buzzballs? Haven't had a buzzball in months. Built some Lego today. So she had White Claw. She's she's playing semantics here. She had 4 White Claws on her stream the other night. What you're going through is beyond traumatic. I truly hope life will be nicer to you. And she says, thank you. With time, it'll happen. Amber, no one is shaming your BPD, but engaging in triggering content isn't very helpful either. Amberlynn says, yes, there are people shaming my BPD. To say no one is a complete lie. Yeah, they're using very hyperbolic language. Amberlynn does that too, with saying everyone, nobody, blah, blah, blah. Some people are saying these types of things. Sure. I miss you. No, that is not what it says. It does not say I miss you. It says, I miss when you were more open and yourself. Will your YouTube ever get back to that? Amberlynn says, if I'm being honest, it feels like the spirit has completely left me. It's a really sad feeling. The happy Amberlynn, the bubbly and positive side of me is lost. That's a little dramatic. Which is why I think she needs to take a longer break. She needs to take a much longer break and find herself. Go on a spirit quest, Amberlynn. I believe that you are in the right. All of the people coming after you right now are money hungry. She says, thank you. I think they are too. I mean, I agree with most of this person. Did you ask for an apple at one time or 2 chips? She says apple. Stop taking the high road. Take the back alley and expose them, just like they have you. Amberlynn says, I get that's what a lot of people want me to do, but I genuinely would not be happy with myself if I did that. No, she's not doing that overtly, but she's sprinkling little things in her videos, like I mentioned last video, like the thing about Hannah and Rafe and Beck, and just like saying things, well, Beck didn't have great hygiene either, or something like that. You know, it's she's sprinkling little things in here and there, just little picks and jabs. Taco Bell or homemade tacos? Homemade, 100%. It amazes me how strong you are. Yeah, thank you. How can you like Yo Mama when they've been laughing about kicking and killing a cat? Amberlynn says, I found out about that today with the rest of you and my heart dropped to the floor. I no longer like Yo Mama because that is without a doubt the most awful thing to do. It makes me sick to my stomach. Wow, I did not know anything about that. That's pretty gross if Yo Mama did that. Look, or laughing about kicking and killing a kid. Yeah, that's not cool. But here's an example of one thing Amberlynn taking, even if it's horrible, gross, and just horribly, I don't know, egregious, just this horrible, awful thing. Here's Amberlynn taking one thing somebody does and hating them for life now. But yeah, I don't know anything about this, so I don't know the situation, but that's not cool. Not good. But Yo Mama was her favorite. Watching anything on Netflix at the moment? Netflix, no. Hulu, yes. I need to adjust my microphone. Have you been journaling recently? You made me start, and it helps so much. Yes, I've been journaling a lot. Sparkles! Hello, weather alert. How does it feel to be the main character in so many people's life? Girl, you better work, Amberlynn says. It's exhausting. What other hobby are you going to do if Lego decides to stop selling in America? Is Lego considering stopping selling in America? We can't have that. No, we need Lego. Amberlynn says, there's a multitude of brands that I use. Girl, stop talking is for the best. I do really like you and I understand your side of things. Amberlynn says, stop talking? Not happening. There were too many times where my silence made rumors true. I'm no longer going to let that happen. And too many times where I let people just bully me without standing up for myself. I deserve better. I deserve to have a voice. Period. You know, I will say if people are saying shit about her that's not true, she does have the right to defend herself and be like, look, this isn't true. This didn't happen. Here's what the truth is. Now, when it comes to situations in a relationship, you're going to have people having two different views. But there are certain things, like you could be like, oh, they said that I threw this away. No, I didn't do that. I never did that. There are things that can be just, no, I did not do this, or no, that did not happen. And, I mean, she has the right to defend herself against those things. Going to respond to Destiny and Beck said, because they dragged you to hell in the live. Amberlynn says, there was zero dragging. 9-year-old text of me being hurt isn't dragging. They looked pathetic. If this is the Beck and Destiny collab, I haven't watched it yet. We'll get to it. Hopefully this weekend. I think my cats would know you if they met you in person. Always see you on my TV. Amberlynn says, oh, that's so cute. Y'all, she's allowed to speak. This is her life. Let her speak on it. Amberlynn says, exactly. You used to be a hater, but the shit they pile on you is too much. Supporting you 100%. Amberlynn says, greatly appreciated. I'll say a lot of the things they've been doing, it's a lot of the things being said and being done aren't good. They need to just stop. Don't allow this moment in your life to define you. You are strong and will persevere. Amberlynn says, I won't be diminished to any of this. There's so much good in me. With healing and DBT therapy, I'll be better. Sparkles! How do you have the restraint to not reveal all the tea you have on your exes? Amberlynn says, because I know for a fact that I will feel a lot worse doing that than not doing it. We all have our demons. I just don't think it's right to put people on blast like that. What happened in private and what was revealed in vulnerable times where you felt you could trust your partner, that all should stay there. I agree. It's what Beck has been doing and spreading and sharing. Same with Alexis. Same with Destiny. It's not cool. I think it makes them bad partners. And if I were their current partner, it would make me question, if we were to have a breakup and things went badly, would you start spreading shit about me? Even if that partner isn't a public figure, it's just like, why? Not ZM going on an internet break when you're on break. Amberlynn says, didn't I tell you? This was before he uploaded his video saying he was taking a break. You influenced me into doing Lego. Hate and love you for that. Amberlynn says, OMG, hell yeah, have fun. Is it not exhausting to believe you're never the problem? Amberlynn says, oh, I've been the problem. If you think I'm saying I haven't, you aren't hearing me at all. I'm the problem, it's me. Not a question, but you deserve better. Been watching you for 5 years. Love you so much. Amberlynn loves the support. When did ZM say about his break? I missed it. Amberlynn says, I've had a few people message me about it. I just went and looked at his YouTube. He hasn't said anything on there, which is ironic because he would always complain about me not posting on YouTube to let people know that I'm taking a break. Rules for me, but not for thee. So I believe he posted in his Discord that he was going to be taking a break, but he didn't know what that looked like yet. So that's probably where she saw it, where people messaged her from, because they're in his Discord. And then he posted a video yesterday afternoon. This person says, ZM isn't on a break. He just had a migraine. Amberlynn says, nah, he's on a break, hun. He always is when I don't post. So Zach uploads other content other than Amberlynn content. He doesn't only do Amber content. He streams on his Twitch. He may not upload to his YouTube channel, but he's still doing content. He stopped doing his 1,000-pound sister stuff because it was too much work. YouTube's your job, Zach. You bitch about Amberlynn not doing her job when you're doing the same thing. BPD is a reason, not an excuse. You need to apologize for whatever you do during a BPD moment, which you don't. Amberlynn says, yes, I do. I always apologize for what I do during a BPD moment. You aren't in my life, so you wouldn't know. I think they're talking about what happened years ago with these exes, possibly. B&D's video just shows that they sucked as partners, and as people, Lamau didn't help them. Amberlynn says, no one is perfect, but the more they share, the more I realize I was being used. I think Amberlynn was being used. I think she was being used for money from both of those people. We'll get to that video again, like I said. Ooh, we're almost done with this. Round up anyone's exes and there would be a lot of shit to talk about. Exes are usually bitter. Amberlynn says, literally. Oh, somebody posted, they tagged Amberlynn and the hectic Amby, missed you. I'm glad you're finally saying something. So, that is her Instagram. Now, we're going to try to watch a little bit of her live stream that she did this week. She went live 3 different times, and I don't know why. We're not going to be able to finish all of them, but we're going to try, because we're going to speed her ass up.
Welcome to a...
Alright, we have an ad. Gonna let the ad play. Let the music play. He won't get away. Alright, so Amberlynn... She's going live on her phone. This is her live from Wednesday night. So yeah. So that was all of her Instagram stuff. If you don't follow her on Instagram or you don't have Instagram, there you go. Those were the Q&As that she answered that I saw while she was on break. Alright, so here we have Amberlynn trying to get her live set up here.
It's locked. Hold on.
We're going to speed her up even more. 175.
I thought I turned the orientation off. Hi, guys.
Ah, shit. Are we drinking again? Fucking A. More White Claws. And this is from Wednesday night, I believe. Yeah, because I was exhausted and I went to bed early. And she went live at like midnight. Because she said she was going out with a friend and she would be back and she would go live after she got back home. And she's drinking again.
Hey, baby boy, come here. Hold on. How do you turn? I'm so confused. Give me a minute. I don't understand because I have my orientation because I want to turn it this way. And it says that it's locked. I don't understand.
Because when you do streaming like this, it's a vertical stream when you're streaming from your phone.
That is so weird to me. I have no idea. That is the strangest thing in the whole entire world. So I had to come on here with my phone. It is what it is. I got home like an hour ago. It is so late. I know.
It is late.
Hello. So I'm gonna be drinking a White Claw. I'm not getting. We're not going crazy or anything. I'm just like, I need a moment. Raspberry. Okay. I didn't know I grabbed raspberry. That's okay.
Raspberry sounds good, but no, girl, no.
Come here, baby boy. You sweet little muffin. Come here. Hi. Oh my gosh, so sweet.
I think I'm gonna mix some protein muffins today.
How are you guys doing? Hello.
It's
Hello.
ice cream.
Someone said, "Is this new?" Yeah, I'm like live right now, like real life live.
Got the Pocahontas
Oh my God,
hair.
someone just said, "Katrina, we know you. We know you watching, girl. That's crazy."
Karina, not Katrina. It was
You
middle
want to see
of
the
the
eye makeup
night.
up close? I have been crying, but up close, this is how it
Why?
looks.
Why are you
It is looking
crying?
hectic because I stay crying. I stay crying.
I need more beverage.
No, I'm not drunk. This is my first drink. I don't like drinking alone, like by myself. So I'll have a little drinky poo with you guys.
You were totally drinking by yourself in your closet last year, or a year and a half ago. I sit here and drink by myself. Well, I'm streaming, like playing a game, and I'll have a drink, but apparently I'm not supposed to drink because I don't have a gallbladder anymore. Not sure, quite sure how that affects me, but
yeah. I don't know why it's like this. I tried to turn it and it wouldn't let me. It's so weird.
why is she not using her laptop? I'm sure the internet connection is fine now. She could use her laptop.
Yeah, crying again. I've been crying a lot lately. Nothing good comes this late. You're gonna regret it. Drinking not the best for you. I'll be fine. Thank you though. I appreciate that. You look pretty. Thanks. I don't like this. Like, why won't it let me do this? You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna Google it and see if I can figure it out because I really do want to do it the other way. You guys are like looking like you guys are like so close to my face. I just don't understand. Your top tie's on the table. No, hold on. I'm gonna set you guys down real quick. I promise it'll be fine. You guys are here to hear me speak, not talk. Okay, so how do I Google this? I am trying to rotate.
Did you say you're here to hear me speak, not talk?
Your top tie's on the table. No, hold on. I'm gonna set you guys down real quick. I promise it'll be fine. You guys are here to hear me speak, not talk.
You sure you've only had one drink, Amberlynn?
Okay, so how do I Google this? I am trying to rotate my phone for a live stream on YouTube, but it won't let me. Oh my god. Let's see. YouTube app. Oh, the YouTube app has it? Oh. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Turn the live stream in landscape. I did that. I don't understand. How do we fix this, you guys? Because I literally turned off the little lock thing on my phone. It just doesn't make sense.
If you're using
Yeah,
the
landscape. I know. I turned the little thingy off.
If you're using the YouTube app,
I did Google it, Fig. That's what I'm doing right now. I don't know. It is what it is. I just would much rather it be, you know, the other way. But I said I was gonna go live. Hello. Okay, wait, hold on.
I'd have to try to
I had like
look
a couple things I wanted to say.
in the app.
But I have to get to that right there. Okay. Why am I live? She's learning. Yes, I am. I was trying to learn, but failed. I'm gonna take this off. I so badly just wish
Oh my god, what are
that
we doing?
I could do this on landscape mode. I don't understand. It's so weird.
Use your laptop.
She has ASMR. Stop. What the hell? Hi from Northern California. Hello. This is like so stretched out. Have I gained weight? Oh my god. I haven't weighed myself and I can't even tell you how long. I can't even tell you how long, folks. When was the last time? Because you guys knew, like every time I weigh myself, I tell you guys. What is it? What was it? I don't remember. It's like you have to start in landscape. Oh, I did though. Should I redo it? Sorry to hear you were crying. Like you're wasted. No way.
Wow.
Holy shit, restart the opposite direction, damn. Oh my god. Okay, calling me out. All right, let me do it. I'll be right back.
Oh my
With
God.
Chewy, get their mealtime match at a great price.
Well, that was a waste of 6 minutes. Or the 4 minutes that we watched. Alright.
I didn't go to bingo. No. It is still vertical. I can't figure it out. I literally like fixed it. I don't understand. Like I literally have it on the whatchamacallit. Went to Wisconsin. Yeah, okay. What's wrong with your laptop? For some reason, the Wi-Fi sucks. It's windy here.
Well, it was really...
I really don't know.
It was really windy that night. That's why it was having issues. I'm sure it would be fine tonight.
The vertical is fine. It's like I'm FaceTiming with my aunt. Oh my god, I live for that. I don't like vertical though. I feel hecticana in it.
So when you're doing live verticals, like whenever Tree Boy Ilya does his live verticals, vertical lives from his phone, you get because those are included in shorts. So people will be scrolling on shorts, and you'll get the worst, nastiest trolls popping in. It's horrible.
But hello. How are you guys doing tonight?
I was sleeping.
We are FaceTiming Maria. Hello, hi. Start eating. No, why are you crying? Because I am hurting a lot. A lot. Wonky ass eye. It's so weird. It is like that when I do vertical.
So it's been 2 months. Maybe they didn't really break up. I thought maybe they did because she seemed really hurt and upset, and the things that Tommy was posting on Instagram, maybe it is a little more recent. I don't know.
Not how I really look in real life. Like, you guys have seen my vlogs. Like, you guys have seen me. Can you eat something? Not on here. No. You look the same as you always do. Thank you. I mean, I guess that's a thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't have a wonky eye, I promise. Vertical is slimming. I don't care about that, but girl, you're glowing. Yeah, that's probably the makeup, honey. Because I do not feel like I'm glowing. Chantel's eye. Wait, maybe she doesn't have a wonky eye. It might be this vertical bullshit. Oh my god, that actually makes so much sense.
What?
Love your necklace. Thank you. I always wear it with this cat dress. Like, I don't know why. It's so weird. Oh, slow mode. I forgot to turn that on. Sorry. So. Who washes my neck now? Oh my god. Me. How do you do slow mode? Hold on.
Whenever you have to turn it on before you start the stream.
Nope, that's not the right button. I am in confusion. Oh, I can block words. I live for that. Message delay. Okay, slow mode.
You know you
like 20
can.
Seconds. Okay.
Amberlynn knows she can block words. She's blocked words on her channel before. Words that are blocked for comments are also blocked in live streams. She's blocked words.
All right, I did it. What glitter do you use? It's ColourPop. I actually vlogs what it is because so many people have been asking. Eyeliner, I use e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. They're the best. What time is it for me? 11:34 p.m. Go to sleep. You can go to sleep. It's so funny when people are like, go to sleep. I'm like, okay, then why don't you go to sleep? My whole thing is like,
because we're not streaming online at 11:30 at night.
I sleep probably on average like 6 hours, I would say. So as long as I get those 6 hours, like I don't care when it happens really. Sometimes I do night shift and sometimes I don't. Address the Beck Destiny content. Oh my god, where do I start? Am I crying right now? No. I was crying, but not in this current moment. I'm really sorry, Amberlynn. I don't think what's happening is right. I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what surprises me? I have been in a lot of drama stuff online. A lot. And I don't think I've ever gotten this much support during something like this. Like, I genuinely am so appreciative to, like, I understand, like, publicly, like, it's hard to do because so many people are horrific, but, like, public or privately, I have been contacted, like, my Instagram is just, like, popping, like, people, like, genuinely supporting me so hard, and, like, it honestly means the world to me, and, like, I see you, I hear you, and I feel you, and if it wasn't for that, like, I don't know what I would do with myself, like, wholeheartedly, because it's all happening at once, you know, and it's just, like, rough, because it's all happening at once, like, I just feel really alone, and, yeah, anyways, the lovely weatherman, have you considered autism as a diagnosis? I recommend you do research on it, specifically on female.
We don't need people suggesting any more diagnoses for Amberlynn.
Autism is often misdiagnosed as narcissism. Thank you for the super chat, but no, and I've never been diagnosed as narcissist. I've only had armchair haters diagnose me with that, but thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Alina, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. The bullying isn't okay for everyone and anyone. Stay strong and don't let it make you do anything regrettable for temporary solutions. Yeah. Black Dynamite, you're obsessed with me. Thank you.
Okay.
A 20-piece will make you feel better. Without a doubt it would.
Yeah, sure. Go get you some nuggies. Is there anything of substance in this stream? Because
I care one eye slanted could mean stroke. Oh my god, this is just what I'm on here. I promise this is not how I look. How can I prove it? What can I do? What can I do to prove it? Oh my god, that is so funny. I'm like literally dead. Am I frozen? Or am I just frozen for that one person?
Alright, we're just gonna... Got it My bad.
Address the Beck and Destiny tea. Like, it was text messages from 9 years ago, so like I look at that and I'm like, okay, like that's kind of where I'm at with that. I'm like, okay. And I've had people message me and they like were genuinely like, Amberlynn.
So I don't know what's in these messages yet because I haven't watched this video from Beck and Destiny yet, but we know she was awful in those relationships. Why do we have to keep rehashing and bringing these things up? We know she was shitty. We know she was controlling and manipulative and afraid of being left. We know these things. Why do we have to keep showing these things? Unless you're trying to disprove something that Amberlynn has said, why do we have to keep rehashing and bringing up things to be like, yeah, Amberlynn was shitty. Here's proof number 276. Why?
You were like crying for love. Like you just lost someone that you loved so much. Like people actually like heard me and see me. I wouldn't say all of that's justified because I was kind of, you know, like hecticana. You know, at the time Destiny was like my favorite person, like when Destiny first broke up with me. And it was hard. Like Destiny literally cheated on me. And I kept that. And everyone would always be like, Destiny cheated on you. And I would constantly be like, no, she didn't. And it's like,
I don't know if Destiny physically cheated. I don't know. But she certainly emotionally cheated on Amberlynn with Dana.
I don't know, for it to happen like so suddenly and like out of nowhere, it was rough to like lose your favorite person. And, you know, I moved to Florida and then Kentucky to be with Destiny. So then for Destiny to do that, like I was lost. I was confused. I stayed friends with the person that the person I loved cheated on me with. And, you know, I really enjoy Dana. Like Dana is actually a really good person and I stand by that. So I'm in a way, I'm like glad it happened. But it's just like,
I think Dana does still even follow Amber on Instagram.
I don't know, weird behavior. And like, I did watch it, right? And it's like, you know, Destiny's pretty laid back, always been like that. Just like really sharing their side. And we have Beck over here just like purposely trying to like make the narrative as like devilish as possible. And I'm just like, Beck is one of the biggest manipulators I have ever in my life known. And I'm not the only person in their life or who used to be in their life that knows that. And that's something I've been very vocal about. And I'm genuinely not afraid to say that. Very big.
So Amberlynn shared a text message and things from a mutual friend about Beck in her live stream where she was having her quote crash out. I don't like that term personally, but saying that Beck was manipulative, I think, and that Beck didn't use the money from the GoFundMe on the car. They used it to purchase MJ. So
Manipulator. And they were doing it in the video. And I know a lot of people picked up on it as well. It's just like, I don't know. And then to hear that like Beck was never actually really like excited to meet me for the first time. It's like Beck had so many negative views of me. Like, why did you stay with me? Why did you even want to be with me at all?
It's like Beck is trying to rewrite history to be like, oh yeah, I never wanted to be with Amberlynn. Like again, I haven't watched this video yet to know exactly what Beck says, but Beck is trying to rewrite history a lot, it seems, for their own behavior and choices and pushing everything off onto Amberlynn.
Like, you weren't excited to meet me. You actually never loved me. All these like things. I'm like, what is happening? Like, where's the gray area? Like, what is genuinely happening? Because like, they're painting it as they did use me. Like, read between the lines. They're literally admitting I didn't even like Amberlynn. I wasn't even excited to like meet her or go on dates with her. Like, it's weird energy. It's giving weird energy. And I don't know, just the whole thing is just so weird to me. Like, to show text messages from 9 years ago, it's giving odd behavior. And
the Peep Chop says, my game theory is the breakup was real, but Tommy said she needs to do therapy and have real improvement to date again, and then the Beck crash shot happened. I don't know. You know, that's as good of a theory as any, Peep Chop. I don't know.
I don't know, make your bag, I guess. I don't know. I paid for a cameo 2 years ago. Oh my god, stop. I'm so sorry. What? You're still waiting for it. Thanks for the super chat. Sorry, I'm behind. I get behind when I start to ramble. I cannot help it. Okay. Let's see, where? Longtime fan, you're so fine. Can I get a hi? Hi, Danny. I'm so fine. Stop. Do you have any texts that make Beck look crazy too? I'm sure I do. Oh, and my whole thing is like, it's really funny. Like, so they, Amberlynn shows text messages and people are like, that's not receipts. They show texts. That's receipts.
So that's the funny thing. Amberlynn will show text messages and screenshots. Oh, it's fake. That's not real. That's not good enough. But we have people coming on saying things with zero screenshots, zero proof of anything, and people believe it 100%. So there's a double standard here for what people want to see as far as like proof and receipts. And it's, again, so they move the goalpost. We'll use that term again as far as what proof is for Amberlynn Reed. But for other people, the bar is like underground.
And I'm like, this is how I know. Like, there's nothing I can do to prove anything. And I'm kind of just like, okay, judge me on who I was 9 years ago, 5 years ago, even judge me on who I was yesterday. I'm too numb to care. I can't care anymore. You know, You say you're not selfish, but you only talk about yourself. I do. That's my job. I'd be your best in a heartbeat. Don't cry. Just say how you feel. Be honest and move on. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the super chat. You use BPD as an excuse. I have it. You give us. I don't know what the rest of it is, but thanks for the super chat. See, the thing with borderline personality disorder, it is a personality disorder. Like your personality is like a lot of what you are and who you are on an everyday basis. You know, because it's a personality disorder. So, you know, it's hard for me to ever give a reason for something. You know, when BPD is the fuel to the way I react to some things or whatever it may be. Like it's hard for me to be like that's not the reason when, you know, when it is. It's weird. Oh, and I also want to say, in it, Beck lied about, so they fell when we were visiting their family. They messed up their ankle, and Beck ended up suing. And I paid for all of the therapy, the physical therapy.
Wait a minute, what? Beck fell when they were visiting family and hurt their ankle? And they sued? I guess maybe like homeowners insurance?
Everything that they needed, I paid for all of that. So they lied about that. So just had to make that clear. And also in the screenshots, there was a thing where it was like, Casey won't talk to me. And they're both like, their brains are so like just combobulated or something from all of like the memories they're trying to stir up. I wasn't talking about Casey, my ex Casey. No, that is not who I was talking about. So the fact that like they couldn't put two and two together was crazy to me because that screenshot that they were showing was from March and me and Casey stopped talking like 2 years before that. So I wasn't talking about Casey. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Before Beck, like I was flirting with a few people and they mentioned one, but there was like 3 people that I was flirting with and one of them, their name was Casey. As weird as that is. So.
Huh.
Just had to. Oh, the erotic symphony. Thank you. So Destiny calls me one day and goes, "I'm telling Dana about your writing. Can you send us a poem?" And at the time, I loved that poem, so I sent that one. So obviously, Destiny's not giving like full, clear, like a full, clear picture to the situation. It looks like I just randomly sent her a sexual poem. No, was not the case at all. Hello, Linda. Hello. I'm sorry about the cameos, y'all. I'm not doing them right now. I'm not in headspace. I like to be very uppity, and I'm just not uppity right now.
Uppity?
Those with Robinhood Gold can
Positive,
enjoy
you
a
mean?
3% IRA match. Tremendous.
That's right, get your Robin Hood.
You know, at some point we all decided that we wanted to be chefs.
A lot of love in this dish. Something burning.
Blah, blah.
Another lie. That's okay. You can believe what you want. I mean, you can create whatever story you want for me. I'm at that point where I'm just like, let them. I'll share my side. I'll share what I know is the truth. And I'm just going to let it be. And that's just how it's going to be. And that is, it feels better and lighter. And that's the way it is. And then, so also the whole thing where people were like, oh my God, Amberlynn is so crazy because she was upset that Destiny did not wish her a happy birthday. And yeah, because I made sure like when it was Dana's birthday, even like I have logged these things like Valentine's Day, birthdays, like whatever it may be, like I would always gift them. And you know, I'm a very giving person. That's how I've always been. And like we were friends then. It wasn't like this weird.
Let's see, Beck for sure has hindsight bias with her storytelling. Yeah, they didn't even talk about the poem. It was in the screenshot, but they passed over it. Yeah, I'll have to watch. We'll have to catch up with Beck's and Destiny's and Lex's stuff later this weekend, but
situation type deal. So it's like when I do that for other people and I can't even get a happy birthday, it hurts. And I'm allowed to express that. I'm allowed to have feelings. I'm allowed to feel pain. I'm allowed to feel sadness. How I speak about it, I need to probably work on. And that I am there for.
Sure.
Which I have gotten better obviously since 9 years ago. But yeah. What else was it? I don't remember. No, Lisa, you're not blocked. No one's blocked anymore. You're losing a lot of fans. I feel like I've gained a lot of supporters recently. Like this whole thing has been so crazy. Like I've seen so many people message me and they're like,
I think it was at a store. Their aunt fell there too and also sued. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember this. So yeah, you'd have to sue to get the insurance to pay for it.
I love the honesty, by the way. Like, you guys pop off. Like, literally, you guys call yourselves out. I love calling myself out, too. Like, I suck. But people, I have been messaged so many times lately of people like, I used to love reaction channels. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be part of the whole reaction channel scene, but lately it's disgust. Like, what you're going through is not okay. And I'm just like, okay. And I've taken, like, maybe 50 plus screenshots because I was gonna do this whole segment where I was gonna show the support because I feel like I talk so much about the hate and I don't want people to, like, sit there and think that's all I hear because it's not. So I wanted to, like, you know, obviously I was not gonna show usernames and stuff like that because everything is private. Like, anything that anyone sends me is 100% private, so never worry about that. I just very much wanted to, like, be like, I hear the support, I see it, I appreciate it because, like, you guys have genuinely been popping off. Like, even people who have, like, sent me a kind of, like, thing in the past, like, they come back and they're like, Amberlynn, I'm sorry. Like, I'm about to call myself out, you know? And I just appreciate that, like, through and through. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys for sure. A lot. Oh, Jimmy, thank you. You're super sweet. You talk so much, but say so little. Yeah, I think that might be a trauma thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I talk a lot, and I don't really know what that's about. Like, I genuinely talk a lot.
Well, you're on a
I
channel.
just married woman allegations, which, oh, and the thing, yeah. So someone I was flirting with at the time, which is now actually one of my greatest friends in the whole entire world, someone that genuinely, like, I trust more than probably anyone. Well, there's like 2 people in the world that I trust probably more than anyone, obviously. Trust is hard to come by, but me and this person are actually really, really good friends. They were in a abusive marriage, We started flirting, They actually are not with that person anymore, like, at all. But yeah, something that happened 9 years ago, but I met a really, really amazing friend out of it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna again as someone who has BPD. You use it as an excuse. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I do use it as an excuse sometimes. Give me just one night with you. Oh my God, stop. Have you ever realized that common denominator is you? I hate the saying the common denominator thing. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, because we're all the common denominator. So that's just the way that.
What's funny is I said that in a video when people were like, "Who's the common denominator in all your relationships, Amberlynn?" It's you. Well, yeah, of course, because it's her relationships. We're all the common denominator in our own lives. I said that in a stream once, and Amberlynn has apparently latched onto that as well. But yeah, I mean, in any people that go through 5, 6, 7 relationships, and if they have breakups, yeah, they are the common denominator because it's their relationships. Now, if it comes down to situations where, like, maybe if there's, I don't know, 10 different house fires and you're always there at the house fire, maybe you're the common denominator in that house fire. Are you an arsonist? Yeah, it's
That I view it. But thank you for the super chat. I love Lana Del Rey. Been a stan for I can't tell you how long. But yeah, I'm super excited for like DBT therapy, and it's really gonna like
DPD.
It's gonna be it. It's gonna be it, and I'm gonna start feeling I'm gonna feel a lot better, genuinely. And I hope that like during this process, like help me. Like I want to know the knowledge of like how do I confront situations and like how do I confront accountability in any sort of way in my life without using BPD as an excuse. I want to like I genuinely am so excited to like learn that like.
Not only that, but it should also give coping mechanisms so that you don't have these outbursts, so you don't have to apologize and take accountability. You can head it off at the pass before you even have these negative reactions and have these behaviors. Because even if you have the behavior and then you're like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not good enough. You need to find ways to stop it before they happen. Peep Chop, isn't she the common denominator because they're all breaking up with her? So? I mean, she broke up with Wifey, but, I mean, so? Who cares if you're the person that's being broken up with, or if you're the one that's broken up with? Now, if it's because of particular behaviors, because somebody is abusive or something, then yeah, that could be it. But for people to say, well, who's the common denominator in all your relationships? It's your fault. Not necessarily, because yeah, you are going to be the common denominator in all of your relationships. So, I mean, it's ridiculous to say that, regardless of who did the breaking up.
Teach me how.
Now, here's something. If you have a job, if you have like 5 or 6 jobs, and you are fired from every single job, then you could look at that person and say, I don't think in all of these different jobs that the job is what the problem was, or the manager. I think you were the problem because you're being fired in all of these jobs. But when it comes to interpersonal relationships and breakups, it's a little harder to pinpoint. If you're the person that's always being broken up with, that's a little bit different. Because it could be, maybe you just aren't the type to break up with somebody, even if you know that you're not happy or you know it's not working out. So. But Amberlynn was the one. Amberlynn left Casey. Amberlynn left Crystal, right? I believe. So. But then Destiny was the one that broke up with Amberlynn, and Beck was the one that broke up with Amberlynn. Now, I could be not remembering that correctly with the Casey and Crystal, but...
Damn, teach me how to be better. Like, how can I be better? I don't know. It genuinely makes me really happy to think about. I'm really excited. DBT is difficult. Yeah, I know. Some people do shrooms for therapy. New vlog idea. Yeah, some people do, don't they? I'd have to like literally microdose. I'm scared of stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, intensive therapy for sure. Yeah, I am gonna take it seriously for sure. The DBT therapy is something I've always wanted to do because, you know, as a borderline, this therapy is made by someone with borderline for people with borderline. It is the, as I call it, the golden therapy for people with borderline. So I'm really, really excited.
All right.
My hair parts like that because I've been doing this since I was literally a teenager. It's crazy. I got diagnosed with BPD at 12 and they didn't give me therapy because they didn't know what would work back then.
Did Crystal break up with Amberlynn? Okay. I couldn't remember who broke up in that situation.
But at 27, I'm in a healthy marriage with 2 sons and a beautiful wife. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. That gives me so much hope. Like, thank you for sharing that, genuinely. I'm so proud of you, and I bet you just feel, like, so much lighter. I love that. Thank you.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way.
Skip.
The back of my hair is just like, boop, boop. Have you thought about taking hormones? No, I used to take estrogen and I wasn't supposed to. It was this whole fucking shit show. I couldn't even believe it. My jaw was on the floor.
Cancer.
I was like, are you joking? No, I need my sleep. Oh my God, don't we all? Yes, it is an open chat. Welcome, welcome. Do you use ChatGPT? Yeah, I do. I use it to, like, anything that I would usually ask Google, just a simple ChatGPT will just tell me, like, straight off the bat. I'm just like, okay. Like, I was wondering, what was the last
You gotta be careful, though, with ChatGPT.
thing? Oh, it was literally, how do I rotate my phone? But before that, I was like, what show was it? Oh, Bachelor in Paradise. I was like, when does that come back? Like, tell me, please. That's so nuanced of you. For real. I love that word. How much do you weigh? I don't know. I'm actually going to be weighing myself soon. Have you considered inpatient for BPD? Thank you for the super chat. I've actually done outpatient before. Oh, for BPD. Sorry, you said BPD / eating disorders. For BPD, no. But I've done outpatient for eating disorder. And the way that they taught me is, it's really, like, so straight to the point. Like, you wouldn't believe it. Like, they were just like, if you crave something, eat it. Because if you don't, then you're going to, like, the B word later. And I was like, that makes sense, actually. So I used it as an excuse. I started, like, filming a bunch of mukbangs. Like, you guys remember that? I was actually during the FBI
She used it as an excuse to eat whatever the fuck she wanted.
Break situation. But they were like, do not count calories, do not do any diets. Yeah, so outpatient is like the opposite of what everyone online wants me to do, so it's a little hectic. I don't think that was the real destiny. If it was, like, damn, hop off my dick. What flavor of White Claw? It's the raspberry. That's just, it happens to Chantel too. That's so funny. I think it's just our little chunky faces, but that's not how I look in real life. You guys watch my vlogs. So,
I think it's our chubby faces.
Yes, Kris Jenner, I do know that. Do you have a drinking problem? No, I haven't drank since the beginning of January. I had a few last night, and now I'm just having, I mean, I still am on my first one. I might have the second one. I don't know.
Amber, please stop using the AI and just use Google. You do not need ChatGPT to ask what a word means. Yeah, it's... So what's funny is when you do Google things, the first blurb that pops up says that it's an AI overview, and you need to scroll down further to get more information on things. Because Google does use AI in their searches now.
True, Florky Pop. But thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you have any regrets about Feline? I don't regret the relationship, but I have regrets. I think a lot of people look back at. You look so fine. Are you a troll? A lot of people look back at relationships and they have regrets. I'm sure. It sounds like why y'all pained to insult her. I know, it's so weird. Thoughts on Beck and Destiny's live? It's odd behavior. It's really odd behavior. Your eye makeup is making me dizzy. Do you want to see it up close? I mean, it looked way better earlier, but I have literally been crying so much. So yeah, I'm just like going through a heartbreak for real.
It genuinely surprises me how reliant of ChatGPT she can be when she chastised Beck for using it. Yeah, now Amberlynn doesn't use it to script her videos, which is what she was criticizing Beck for. But she will ask it questions, which is weird. Yeah, just use Google.
No, I have not, Jamie Lynn. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you guys for the compliments on my makeup. What glitter you use? It's ColourPop. I show it in, I'm gonna be showing it in a vlog coming up. I don't think it's a real destiny. Get a life. It is. Oh, and I want to speak on the whole Alexis thing. Alexis lies. Like, Alexis, you literally, like, I want you to watch this, honey bun.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I don't have the chat panel open. My bad. So let's see. I don't know what Destiny's.
And I want to speak on the whole Alexis thing. Alexis lies. Like, Alexis, you literally, like, I want you to watch this, honey bun. You literally want
Destiny Cook. I don't know if that is. Oh, Destiny says it is her. Ha. Then she's saying that Alexis is lying. All right. Well, so we're halfway through this. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go. I need to use the bathroom. But I also have things I have to get done today. So hopefully tomorrow we'll finish this and watch a few more things. But I do have other stuff that I need to get done today. I'm sorry. But we caught up on a few things. We went through all of her Instagrams. Sorry, that took forever. We caught up on her last video. But we'll be back tomorrow to finish up these with Amberlynn. Maybe watch a few videos from some other people, even though they are so long. So yeah. But I think we're going to end this here. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. Great weekend. We'll be back tomorrow. And people in my Discord, get on my ass to whatever it was I asked you to get on my ass about earlier. I forgot what it was. Something, my Stream Deck. Get my Stream Deck set up. That's what it was. So, yeah, we're going to end this here for now. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll get that scheduled later today. Tonight, maybe we'll play some Stardew Valley. I want to play some Dragon Age tomorrow, so I want to get as much done today as I can that I want to get done. So, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. And until next time, be safe and take care.